and you're listening to episode 11 of the Press Play podcast. If you notice, I didn't even put a little clip at the beginning because this movie sucks, okay? I'm not going to I'm going to enjoy ripping this movie apart, but I'm not going to enjoy this. So there's why that's not there. My name is Ian.
And I'm Seth.
And today we are talking about The Rock and Carl Urban in Doom.
Jesus.
Now,
Christ almighty.
I didn't know this about you, but, and you hit me with this maybe 20 minutes ago that you just got done watching this movie for the first time.
For the first time
You
ever.
had such negative things to say about this movie last week, and I didn't even know you'd never seen it before. How can you have that? I know you've watched reviews of it because we're huge.
I've seen reviews and I've heard people talk about it, and I've seen clips of it, but I've never sat down and watched the movie all the way through.
And you finally did.
I finally did today.
The first thing you say to me is, I hate you.
Yes, absolutely. I hate you for making me do this shit. Oh my God, this movie is the quintessential example of Hollywood cash grab garbage. This is pure drivel. I hate this movie.
Now, this is the worst, actually the best example of how to fuck up a video game movie.
How did they mess this up?
Because
I don't understand. It's not even hell.
Doom is one of the easiest video game movies to make if you know what you're doing, because it's so simple. They tell you
all I need is one guy and a bunch of monsters.
I didn't even know what the game was about when I played the game for the very first time. I just was like, oh, this is fucking cool. I didn't know until maybe I was a teenager, like, wait, there's a backstory? Where? What do you mean there's a backstory? It doesn't even tell you anything. You click what difficulty and you go.
You're in hell.
Yeah.
A portal has been opened to hell on Mars. That's easy.
So easy. That's the plot of the game explained in 8 words.
And was this the plot of the movie
No.
at all? No, it wasn't. This was a very bad zombie film in space that wasn't going anywhere. It was a garbage script sitting on someone's desk. Someone said, we need to make a Doom movie. It's popular right now, so I've got this piece of shit. Why don't you make it out of that?
Well, hang on now. We got to sell this game. We got to sell this movie. Let's put The Rock in it. He's popular. And then they just put The Rock in here for some reason, who wasn't the worst part of the movie, but Jesus fucking Christ, man. Okay, so
I did laugh a couple of times in this film.
Yeah, and it's supposed
where
to
they don't want me to.
No, you're not supposed to laugh at this movie at all. This is not a comedy. This is a goddamn science fiction horror video game dump.
The entire character introduction of Pinky, I laughed so hard. The first time, that's the first time I've ever seen that character. Half of him up, he's got no legs. You can call me Pinky. Oh, this fucking movie. I have a headache.
You know what's funny is that we did Doom last week. We did Predator last week. This movie wants to be Predator so bad.
It does, I noticed that.
This movie sucks because it's the same character setup. You've got these elite military unit.
Except none of them are likable.
No, none of them. Not even Carl Urban is likable, and he's one of the main characters. So they kind of introduced them in the exact same way on a chopper.
On a chopper with their guns saying the names.
Yes. And they all have very strict character.
Their names are like Blazer and
So you've got Portman, the Kid, Destroyer, Duke, Goat, Sarge, and Reaper. All right, those are all.
I know who Sarge is.
Yeah. Do you know who the rest are? Because those are stupid. Like, are those? They sound like online gamer tags.
I couldn't wait for all of them to die.
Oh God, yeah. Like, especially that the Portman character, the one that's really pervy. I like, just die. Jesus Christ.
I hated that character so much.
Yeah, he's such he took perviness to an almost rapey level where they first show up. He's like, everybody that was on Mars has to come into this one room. He's like, ladies, we are under level 5 lockdown, so I'm just gonna have to strip search you girls. Ugh, gross. Get him out of here.
Oh, and he's doing it with that fake Southern accent.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of fake accents, Rosamund Pike's accent was atrocious in
She
this
is
movie.
awful in this movie, dude. She's awful. She has one expression. I'm not kidding.
No, you're not.
It is one expression the entire goddamn run of the film. I was getting mad whenever they brought the doctor or whatever in front of her, and she went, "Oh my God," with nothing on her face at all, and she constantly looks surprised.
Yeah, and a little bit drunk sometimes.
Little drunk.
Yeah.
There's a part where you can't understand what she's saying. She might have been drunk. She knew what she was in.
So, like we said, this is such an easy movie to do. And what do? They try to bullshit science you.
Yes.
Because they're like, they found this alien skeleton that had an extra chromosome an extra pair of chromosomes, which made them superhuman, and then they tried it, and it turned people into monsters.
Yeah, they give people the extra chromosome, and here's
that
here's
monster
my
can
problem.
turn other monsters.
You know what happens whenever you give a human being an extra chromosome?
Well, they got an extra
They
pair.
get Down syndrome!
They had an extra pair.
I learned that in the 6th grade. You don't give somebody an extra chromosome. This movie is stupid. Oh my God, this movie is so stupid.
Like I'm saying, extra pair.
No, they said one.
Are you
They
sure?
said I rewound it.
Okay.
Because I said, they said what? Are you kidding me?
And then somehow that turns you into this deformed monster that can also turn other people into monsters if they bite you.
It's a zombie flick.
It's a zombie flick. Give me, but only if that person is evil.
I forgot about that. Only if they're evil. If you're a good person, you become Superman.
Oh my fucking God. That made no fucking sense.
No, it was bullshit science. And they just feed it down your throat the entire time. This movie made me so mad. I watched it, I'm like, I'm getting stupid. It's sucking out my brain and replacing it with stupid.
Holy crap. And can we also talk about, like, Doom, the game? There's going to be a lot of comparisons, obviously. Doom is a very bright, colorful, bloody game. This movie is dark as fuck.
Yeah, that's another thing. You can't see shit.
You can't see a goddamn thing. The lights are off in every room except the one Rosamund Pike's ever in. Like, she brings some light to the character. No, she doesn't. She drags the movie down.
There's one part where they're sitting there having a gunfight, and then The Rock walks in and turns on the light. Why didn't you do that before?
I don't freaking know.
And then there's this whole backstory with Carl Urban and Rosamund Pike, their brother and sister, and their parents died, and who cares?
Not only do they address it on the chopper vaguely, and then while they're searching, I think it was Duke and Sarge. He's like, "Hey, what's the deal?" And they give you the backstory in one sentence, like, his parents were the first up here. They were in an accident. She followed in his footsteps. He became a soldier. Okay, cool, great. But then later, we're dealing with this again because he's just staring out the window, and you hear all these screams and whatnot. Like, you're in a Doom movie. No one cares. Nobody cares anymore. And then, they just expect you to believe. Like, there was this one line I remember because Rosamund Pike. I don't even remember. Samantha is her name. She's showing him the 23 chromosomes. And he's like, she shows him, like, what do you notice? He's like, I don't know. My genetics are a little rusty. Like, nobody expected you to know this crap. That's just stupid dial. What's the first thing Dad told us to look for? Really? Were your parents training you in this when you were 8? Because my parents, they were contract negotiators. They didn't teach me how to take no for an answer. What the fuck are you talking about? What's the first thing Dad told us to look for? That is the stupidest line I've ever seen.
Oh my God.
Well,
this entire movie is just stupid after stupid after stupid after dumb after stupid.
Like,
and towards the end, because there's no story to this at all.
No,
there's no story. Period. All they do is run around in a sewer and shoot things, and barely shoot them.
No, and it takes forever for one of them to finally die. Because once one of them dies, it's just all right, the next one, who's next? But God, they're just looking around, and it takes maybe a good 30 to 35 to 40 minutes into this movie before we lose one person.
And it's boring as hell. This movie is so boring. Nothing happens except for you get a little bit of dialogue, and then they start running down a hallway, and butt rock's playing in the background. I hate the soundtrack of this fucking movie so bad.
Yeah, because one thing that would happen is like, what was that? Rock music. Run down the hallway. It was nothing. Are you kidding me? Okay. Jesus Christ.
And then Carl Urban's almost dead, so his sister injects him with this stuff because I've done some bad things. I know you. No, it's I know you.
Yep, that's it.
And then shoots him with it, and he heals, and then you get first-person Doom, which I'm sure was shoved into the movie in post. Just know there was no plan for that. That was a total add-on.
That is the most Doom you're going to get in this movie, and it's like 2 minutes, maybe.
And it looks stupid. It looks stupid the entire time.
Because not only that, even if I could forgive that scene, it was still very dark, very stupid, and they still weren't monster. They were zombies. They all looked like zombies. They did. Yeah, they looked like regular people in The Walking Dead. Have them at least turn into their creature form before you start hunting them. And Pinky, my God, you saw what he turned into. What the fuck happened with that? How did that go wrong? Because everyone apparently looks like these giant charcoal monsters when it's over, but he turned into the pig swine thing. I don't know how. Oh, I'm Pinky. Okay, yeah, that's how you got that name.
Yeah.
Piece of shit movie.
Jesus. And then they go and fight. And then, by the way, these guys have been on I don't know how many missions together. They all know each other. And then at the end of the movie, Rock turns into a mass murdering machine. Yeah. He just starts killing people for no reason.
He even said, he's like, there are people uninfected. We kill them all.
We kill them all.
Wait, what?
Since when were you like this?
I mean, at the beginning, he was like, yeah, he's like, he was strictly about our orders, but their orders were to get the data, neutralize the threat, blah, 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 but not at the expense of killing literally everyone, because you could still test these people, maybe, but he's just like, no, fuck it, we're killing everybody in this goddamn place. Except for your own men, who could also have been turned, because they're also people. Did you think about that, Sarge?
Well, he shot one of his men.
For insubordination.
He just shot him. As soon as he turned around, what he said, when you hesitate, people die. In the beginning, I was like, okay, this kid's dead.
Yep.
And then The Rock kills him.
They could have maybe made him out to be the only survivor because, the sergeant's going crazy or whatever. But no, he's like, no, go to hell. Maybe, okay, cool. So he's disobeying orders. He's going to help people. Nope, dead. Shot right in the throat.
Oh, my God. And then we get the fight between Superman Carl Urban and Demon Boy Rock.
Not a bad fight scene, but this is Doom. There's no fist fighting involved.
No. Unless you run out of ammo, then you're usually dead.
Okay. Speaking of running out of ammo.
And that's this movie's problem is, why am I focusing so much on these people? That's not what this is. That's not what this is at all. I don't need backstories. I needed one guy to come up to Mars, and it's obliterated, and oh my God, there's hell. And you just got to go through it, and it'd be a nice little action horror flick.
If they would have had that entire team in the same scenario as Doom, it doesn't have to be one guy. I can forgive sending in the Marines because you opened up a portal to hell. I can understand that, and then they all kind of just get picked off one by one. Sure, that would have been very enjoyable if you turn the fucking lights on, but they just completely screwed up what Doom was.
Oh, when Carl Urban said this place is hell, it always has been, I'm like, you know what, fuck you. Fuck this movie.
You don't get to do that.
No, you don't. You know what you also don't get to do? You don't get to find out that there's monsters running around, and you have a way to leave that place instantly.
Yeah.
Guess what you could have done? Everybody's off Mars now. Okay, let's go too. And then blow this place up.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Never go back.
Never go back.
You can shut the door from the other side and be like, okay, nobody's ever getting through here ever again.
If you're going to kill everybody anyway, why did you have to hunt them down one by one? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, because they'd already gotten back to Earth. The people had evacuated back to that lab, but nobody could get up to the surface of Earth, I think, if I'm remembering correctly.
I don't know.
So even though he... You know what? This movie's stupid.
It is stupid.
Because I'm pretty sure that they fought on Earth. All the people that he killed were already on Earth. They had evacuated. But they couldn't get back to the surface, so they were still on lockdown.
I would never have known that had you not told me. I had no idea that they went back.
Does it matter? Because
it doesn't.
Because both laboratories look the fucking same.
But that just shows how poor this writing is.
Yeah, both laboratories look the goddamn same. Anyway, you couldn't tell if they were on Mars or not.
No, you couldn't. It was like another room.
Yeah, another silver room. Oh, at least the lights are on Earth. Right on.
And that shot when they first get in the, what do they call it, the Ark?
Yeah, the Ark.
When they first get in there and it shoots them to Mars.
Galaxy Quest style.
Big battle of just like exactly what I thought was Galaxy Quest. And then the camera just pans up really fast to the planet. I laughed. It was great.
Yeah, this movie should not have been funny at all.
No, but it was in parts. But most of this film was agony. Most of it was. I could not stand watching it. I hate this movie, dude. I hate it. This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Oh man.
This movie's terrible.
At least that's one more video game movie you can say you saw, because I haven't seen them all.
No, neither have I.
But this is one that I saw a long time ago, and I've seen it a couple times since then. Every time I trick myself into watching it because I'm like, maybe it's not as bad as I remember, and then halfway through I'm like, well, that was dumb. That was a really dumb idea, but I'm already here, so screw it. Let's see what else happens. Nothing happens.
I will never watch this movie again, ever. I have no reason to. It's not bad enough to be enjoyable. It's the worst kind of bad.
Yeah, because at least
it's cynical. It's lazy. It's
a freaking ripoff.
Yeah,
because like I said, this is them trying to be Predator. Because at least in Predator, I know every single one of the characters' names.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, I named them earlier, but only because, and I swear to God, I cheated. I have the cast list pulled up in front of me.
Yeah, I could not remember anything but Sarge.
Sarge, and we called him Carl Urban this whole time.
Yeah, I still don't know. You told me a while ago.
It was,
and I
Reaper.
don't even know. Reaper?
Yeah.
Okay.
John Grimm, like Grim Reaper. They're Marines, Sam, not poets. Oh God, that's stupid.
Just the choices. This director is terrible. The choices, like in the very beginning when The Rock's talking to the guy on his headset, his computer with his shirt off, and the camera just comes dollying in, and it keeps getting closer and closer to his back because it says "Simplified." That's how you know he's a Marine.
That's how you know he's
So it just keeps getting. I'm like, okay, we get it. I can read it. I've seen it. You can turn around now, and it just keeps going almost till it runs into his damn shoulder. I was waiting for that to happen, actually, like a Naked Gun movie.
I am trying to find out what this movie is rated because I'm pretty sure it is not. This does not strike me as an R-rated movie.
It is rated R.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Then what the fuck, Doom? How?
It's rated R, and they still messed it up.
Yeah.
They had all the freedom in the world.
Think about every death that occurred in this movie. This is not a Doom. These are not Doom deaths. You know what I mean?
No,
they're not violent. They're boring. Every fucking death was boring. Some of them you didn't even see.
Yeah, just very uncreative, just cliche, dark. You can't see anything. But that's why I say that this was never a Doom script originally.
No,
this was a dumb zombie flick that somebody wrote. And they put it in their little trash pile that they could throw out to.
No, you know what this
was?
A
licensing.
This was somebody who wanted to make this movie, but Ghosts of Mars already existed with Ice Cube, so they had to call it something else. I've seen that movie one time. I don't remember anything about it other than it's basically Mars zombies or something.
I'm looking to repress the memory of this fucking movie.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of alcohol.
Jeez.
Like, here, and repress. Okay, that was a nightmare.
No, I hate you.
Well, I'll tell you what. To make up for that, next week will be our Halloween week episode. I will let you pick the movie. Go ahead.
Okay. You know what? We agree on a lot. There's a movie I know you don't like.
Okay.
The Crow.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Let's do The Crow.
Let's do The Crow.
You'll actually get to see us debate on a movie that we don't agree on.
I don't care for this movie. I'm not going to lie. I think it is overrated.
This should be interesting.
All right. Well, that was episode 11. Doom.
Don't watch it.
Yes.
Ever.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/podcastpressplay. You can follow us on YouTube. There's links on our Facebook page to all of the places that you can stream us: YouTube, Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Music. And we will have this up. Actually, what does it matter? You're already listening. It's already up. Who cares? See you later.